calisthenics is great to build up an athletic body, increase your strength, get more mobile, and improve your coordination, stability, and body perception. Instead of only showing you exercises and movements like push-ups, pull-ups, and dips, which you can see in every beginner video, this video will show you a comprehensive overview of exercises which will prepare your whole body in different areas. This is not only about improving strength or building muscle. These exercises will also work on your mobility, which is important for skills like the handstand, the L-sit, pistol squats, and many others. They will also allow you to build up well-prepared tendons, ligaments, and joints. This is important to stay free of injuries, especially when you progress to advanced movements later. The first kind of movement we take an eye on are supporting exercises. Supporting can be done in many different positions. It's everything where you are above the place you rest on. You can support yourself in a dip support position, in a handstand position, in a bridge position, in a push-up support position, or in a side plank position. They all have one thing in common. You have to stabilize your body against the gravity, because the center of gravity is above the point where you rest on. This is really important because if you don't activate your muscles to stabilize yourself, you have to deal with unnecessary pressure when the joints get compressed under the load. The different support positions will activate different muscles and have different benefits. In a push-up support position, you will activate your whole anterior chain by pushing your arms into the ground, move your shoulder blades forward, tilt your pelvis backwards, rounding your spine, and keep your legs straight. From this position you can easily move into the side plank. The concept remains the same, just stabilizing your body against the gravity. Now your body will activate other muscles that support this lateral position. The opposite of the push-up support position in terms of muscle activation and of course spine, shoulder, leg and arm movement is the bridge position. You will now work on your whole posterior chain while stretching the anterior one. In this position you extend your spine and your legs. Your arms are extended and behind your body. The goal is to raise your body as high as possible while bringing your shoulder blades together. You can do this movement with bent or extended legs, while the extended version is the harder one. The next position is the dip support hold. Here you push your shoulder blades down, keep your body under tension and extend your arms without resting in your joints. The last basic position is the handstand supporter. For a beginner we suggest to do the pike stand, because it's much easier and you don't have to deal with the high pressure of your whole body weight and the difficulty of balancing. Here you push your shoulder blades upwards and aim for a vertical upper body and open shoulders. For the most people it's very hard to open up their shoulders because of their leg and shoulder mobility and stability in this position. In addition to these exercises, we suggest you the push-up and dip support hold on rings. Now you might think that rings are not for beginners, but you would be surprised how quick you will improve when it comes to stabilizing yourself in those positions. Doing your support holds on rings will increase your intermuscular coordination and joint stabilization a lot. This is really great for all upcoming tasks your body has to deal with when doing calisthenics. So start as early as possible with it. If you get used to these positions on rings, you can also add an external rotation. This looks quite easy, but it's really hard. The external position will work on your biceps, strengthen all ligaments around your elbows, and will activate your rotator cuff, which is really great for a strong and stable shoulder. All those positions focus on straight arms, and it's important to learn them first before you start with movements like push-ups or dips. But of course you can also support yourself with bent arms. Later when you progress, you will see that there are many options for supporting positions. Alright, that's it for the supporting positions. Now we move on to the next important movement, which is hanging. Hanging is not only important if you want to do a pull-up. It will also improve your grip strength, decompress the spine, help correcting the posture, increase core stability, open up the shoulders while stretching the pecs and the lats in the passive hang, and strengthen your back when doing the active hang. Before you start with an active hang, you should be able to do the passive version first. We recommend to achieve about 20 seconds passive hang before you should start working on the active version. Instead of the support hold where the passive version has a negative impact on your joints, the passive hang is no problem for the joints. It's even the opposite. A passive hang will lead to joint traction, and this can be positive if you have shoulder and mobility problems. When it comes to the passive hang, you should aim for a hollow body position. This means you tilt your pelvis backwards, engage your abs, flex your spine as much as possible, and open your shoulders. This position is very good to work on your shoulder flexibility by stretching your lats and pecs. But it also requires that you can let your latissimus loose while contracting the abs, which might need some practice. In the active version, you do the opposite. This means to pull the shoulder blades down and together while extending your spine and your lower body. This will activate your whole posterior chain. The active hang is very important because this is the first movement you should do when you learn a pull-up. Without the active hang, you won't be able to stabilize your shoulder and produce enough strength at the bottom of the movement. Later when you progress, you can also try one-arm passive and active hangs. This is really great because with this unilateral exercise, you can work on imbalances and you can increase the intensity of the exercise. If the one-arm active hang is still too hard, you can shift from pulling with both shoulder blades to pulling with one shoulder blade in the active hang. Therefore, you need to place your hands a bit further apart. The last movement is about the lower body, and it's no surprise that we recommend the squat. A deep squat hold offers many benefits like improving ankle and hip mobility, working on your body alignment, especially in the spine, keeping your knees healthy, and increasing back stability. Most people struggle with the flexibility when it comes to a deep squat. They compensate the lack of flexibility and mobility by lifting their heel from the ground, by bending their bodies forward, by rounding their backs, and by rotating their knees inwards. There are a lot of exercises which will help you to get the necessary flexibility to be able to do the deep squat. But the simplest and in our mind best exercise is the deep squat position itself while you hold yourself onto an object. The object allows you to get into the position without falling backwards. So grab a bar, a beam or something else and go as deep as possible while holding the tension. Extend your spine and aim for an external rotation of your legs. Your feet are evenly placed on the ground and your knees travel slightly forward. The deep squat position is important to train if you want to continue with archer or pistol squat training someday. But even if you don't have this goal, you should include it into your workouts. As a beginner, start with the exercises of this video until you created a solid foundation of your strength, and then you can move on. If you now ask yourself how to continue after your preparation, with how many sets and reps and how much rest time, you should take a look into our workout programs from level 1 to 5. Train with them for up to 1.5 years and improve yourself step by step with the right progressions, methods and rest. If you have further questions on the topic, please leave a comment. Thanks, Alex.